Hello. Yeah. Hi, welcome to movie reviews. His name is Matt. My name is Miguel. Welcome to your quick and easy 10, 12, 15 minute just talking about a fucking movie. I had a whole like a little script in my head as I was leaving work today about like a new intro I want to do for this. And of course, I forgot. Today we're talking about The Little Mermaid. 2023. Ready? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to count down from 3 to 1.
Yeah.
And on after 1, we're going to go 3, 2, 1, go. Kind of like rock, paper, scissors. Okay. On go, you're going to say either you loved it, you hated it, or, I mean, it's all right, I guess. Overrated as fuck, in my opinion.
All right, okay? Cool. There's
just a review.
2 segments to mine, but like I'll give you the main one. So, all right.
Okay. It's either you love it, you hate it, or, I mean, you get it. Okay, ready?
Right. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
I mean,
I fucking loved it, dude. It was pretty good.
It was all right.
It was. Listen, man. Here are my big takeaways from this movie. And Timmy and I, we agreed, right?
Yeah.
We agreed for the most part. Halle Bailey, talented as fuck, dude.
I will agree.
What a voice! Oh my god.
Let's just talk about the music real quick, right? Like, because that is true. I wasn't really skeptical because I'm pretty sure like they got a lot of people from Broadway on this. I'm not too sure, but it damn near sounds like it. Every musical sequence was astonishing.
Amazing.
I think that was the only thing for me personally that was carrying me through the movie. So I agree with you. So
I think like just the music, even like. Okay, well, we won't say the music was perfect all across the board. There was Lin-Manuel was brought on for this because he's now Disney's like right-hand man after runaway successes like Moana. And we in this household, we fucking love Lin-Manuel, okay? Even though Timmy hates Hamilton. But that's fine.
What? That's another conversation.
It's a conversation for another day.
The only person who had a mid-musical performance, in my opinion, was Prince Eric. Don't like it.
I was going to say, of the new songs that he wrote, I liked Prince Eric's. I think the problem with his is it's clearly he's a baritone. And they were trying to get him to sing these crazy high notes. Though. He was incredible, it like an absurd amount. But still, personally, I like the song. The one I didn't. I think people are right in all the reviews that the rap between Sebastian and Scuttle completely like out of place. It was in a vacuum. In a vacuum, it's fun because you're just like, oh, it's just they're just fucking doing Hamilton. You got Daveed Diggs from Hamilton. You got Lin-Manuel from fucking Hamilton. They're doing Hamilton. All right, I get it.
Yeah, basically.
But in The Little Mermaid, kind of wrong place, wrong time.
A little bit. I think we could both agree like music was great across the board. Even
completely.
Well, I don't know who I sounds really bad, but I didn't really look into the cast too much going into this, unfortunately. But so Ursula was great too. I think
Melissa McCarthy fucking ran away with it. She was so good.
Dude, especially the first time, she's bringing Ariel in, dude. That was fantastic.
Yeah. Her song?
She has so much range. It's crazy.
Does. But see, I want to know if that's actually her singing. Because,
it has to be.
You have situations like, the only example I could think of, like The Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
Is you have all these great actors, but some of them, the actors are not the ones singing the song. It's somebody else singing, and they just sound similar.
Yeah.
So if she sang it, awesome, dude, because that shit was crazy. If she didn't, whoever sang it, that shit was crazy.
Yeah. No shit, dude.
And I gotta say, dude, talking about the cast, right? Daveed Diggs, Hamilton, you know him.
Yeah.
As talented as Halle Bailey is, I think he fucking stole it. All right, Sebastian, once you settle into like the weird, realistic, but also kind of cartoony CG,
that's what made
and then like the fact that
I'm sorry,
the fact that Daveed Diggs was doing this like heavy accent the whole time. Once you settle into it, dude, I thought he was the best part of the whole fucking movie. The way he's just like talking shit, and his songs are great, and he's the funniest part of the whole movie.
He really is. Like, out of anything, right, I feel like it takes on a very serious tone, but then all you hear is, oh, Tandam Rasta bad girl. The whole time.
How do I get myself into these things, man?
Why do I? No, teenage Hailey. Fuck, dude, it was great. No, he was fantastic. And I think, Scribe, same sitch. Funny enough, I mean, Guppy was like such a tertiary character, and then who else? Wow, the father was actually pretty good too. He kind of played a pretty good role.
Did a great job.
He did great.
But it was. I think the weirdest part was like underwater. You were like, oh, dude, he's so cool. And then like in the end, he comes up above water, and like his beard is like half wet, and it's also like positioned real weird.
And it's like, and you're like, let's fix that.
You're like, clearly the costume was meant for underwater, and they're like, I'm sure it'll look fine when they get above. And I feel like that's the thing with most of the cast that isn't Ariel or like a CG character. Like all of the mermaids and the mermen and fucking whatever. Once they come above water and you're like, okay.
Yeah. You can see the difference. I mean, you can attribute it to like the hairstyles and stuff too, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of it was just meant to be a certain way underwater, and when you get above water, they're like, luckily this is only 3 minutes, so like it's fine.
It's only that, but just make it work. So music was great. Visuals, admittedly, I think the mer people were great. Obviously, I think set design was great. Just the hyper realization of the sea animals, not so much.
Yeah, it was weird.
But we're talking visuals and cinematography, fantastic, right? Story, it's nothing new, right?
It's nothing
new. You kind of knew. I didn't remember if this was in the original one, but that she wasn't able to speak at first. That was the big one that I didn't realize. I don't know.
To be honest with you,
I think they added that in. I'm pretty sure, right?
I've never seen the original.
Really?
Never.
I don't, because that's my thing. I don't think that I'm pretty sure she could have spoken in the first Renaissance version of it. And in this one, she just doesn't speak. And then that's the reason why not only is she not able to communicate to Eric early on, but, it's like, it did a good job, I think, creating that conflict,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nothing really new. It was kind of cutesy, the romance and everything. And of course.
Yeah, I thought they was cute.
Yeah. So I was here for it, definitely. And and for that reason too, is like admittedly, like, I don't want to say mid. It was kind of mid in a way. Because it was like, like you'd expect it as much, but then that's just stupid of me to rag on an iconic story. So,
yeah. Because they didn't reinvent anything.
So overall, though, I mean, if we're really looking at this holistically, I do think this was definitely I don't know. I think because there's really not much else to say. I think it kind of just met the expectation. The only reason I just thought it was mid is because, for what it was trying to do, obviously I'm not its designated audience, but it was a decent time. But
it was a cute enough time that I don't need to watch it again, but I can admit, like, oh no, I can see why some people would like it.
There were some other factors too, like I just hated being in a theater filled with children screaming and crying, and Ness was like, I can't. Yeah,
the demographic of people that go to your theater versus that go to ours. But then again, you also went you went on a Saturday night. 8 p.m. That's like the showing, opening weekend. We went at like 6 p.m. on like a Friday.
It was just ridiculous.
It was it's surprisingly a lot of the people there were like our age, where people were like, oh yeah, I grew up with the original one, so fuck it, I want to watch this one.
Yeah, and
people that are there for like, I hear about the controversy. Let's see what's going on.
Honestly though, all things set aside, I mean, listen, that was just their marketing. The movie was fine. I think that's really what it was. So, overall out of 10, what do you think?
Overall, a 1 to 10, I'd give it... Are we doing decimal points?
You can do decimals, I don't care.
Give it like a 6.5.
I give it a 6. I was around that range too. At first, I was going to get... In the beginning, when I was like, I'm about to get this shit 5.
No. No, because once you settle into the CG and the sing-song and whatever, you're like, all right, yeah.
I was going to say, that throws you off in the beginning, but once you kind of get into groove of things, it's pretty fire.
Once you sit down, you're like, oh, that's right, this is Disney. This isn't like fucking Transformers or like some crazy
I'm
drama.
So excited to see Optimus DSLs, bro.
Bro, Optimus and his DS. First of all, it's a reboot, so that's really nice. You have to watch all of them anyway, but we know officially now it's just Bumblebee in this one, so it's not going to be super fucking convoluted.
Exactly.
Obviously, anyway, we'll talk about Transformers on the day. Little Mermaid, on the whole, that gives it. We'll say it's a 6
to me. We'll say it's a 6 cumulatively. Yeah, we're around that ballpark. 6.25. You want to be specific?
6.25. 6 and 1.
That's pretty much it. We're gonna try and keep these as short and simple as possible.
To the point.
To the point. Nice and little. Whether you should see it, you should not see it. I think it's worth the watch.
I think it's worth the watch. I think it's 100% worth the watch if you have A-list.
Yeah.
If you are an adult our age and you're paying full price, Dolby you could probably avoid. But we saw it in 3D and I thought that was fun.
Yeah. It kind of gave me an eye strain halfway through the movie, but I was forcing myself to sit there.
Yeah.
So
there was that weird scene in the beginning too where they like tried to make you nauseous, where everything's just like spinning upside down as you're getting underwater.
Sickness. I was like, ooh, here comes.
Timmy was like,
yeah, dude. Especially too, my AMC has a bar, so whiskey and Coke was a vibe. But man, I should give you the spin.
That's a vibe.
For a second.
That's a vibe.
Yeah. So
now we always just get that 0-calorie high fiber candy. Delicious.
delicious.
Until the next morning.
Dude, with a Coke Zero vanilla.
Oh fuck yeah, exactly, bro. No, you need the caffeine free. I always get the cream soda, but you throw in some strawberry.
This man's a mixologist. That's crazy.
That's right. Have you ever heard of my friend Anything Bowl?
We're on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all the socials. Check the link in bio.
Delicious.
Yeah. What have people been missing?
So last week we actually had a movie review. We did Fast X. After that, our snack time, we did the Ultimate Fast and Furious tier list, because Fast X. And then our last main episode a couple days ago, we talked about Logic on the iPad and how Netflix is dying. A lot of different fun stuff. Here's what's coming up. Snack time this week, we're gonna. I don't remember what we have a plan, but something changed. The main episode will be out on Friday, and next week we're talking all Spider-Man all the fucking time. Stay tuned.
Gang, gang. And with that, thanks for watching.
Gang, 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 gang.
Remember, Kevin. Goodbye.